name's Alysson McKee, and welcome to Art Online at Chrysalis.
For today's lesson, you'll need a pencil, paper, eraser, and a small cup of water. This week, we're going to be focusing on landscapes from Vietnam. Did you know that Vietnam's mangrove forest is a UNESCO wildlife reserve that is home to 150 species of plants and animals, including saltwater crocodiles? I thought it would be an interesting topic for us to look at how low contrast can affect our drawing in the context of a foggy jungle scape. So what I typically do when I'm starting with a landscape drawing is find the areas that have the darkest parts. So this is going to be the tree in the foreground and the tree just on the far right, and then give really dark shading starting from there. Now you can see while I'm working, I'm trying to build a rough outline. So this is kind of just going to be blobs. I wouldn't really recommend that you use the guidelines or anchors that we used for the portrait unit, just because it's a little bit easier just to kind of make blobs, and landscapes are usually more forgiving in terms of if you make a mistake or if it's not perfectly exactly the same as in the original picture. So the next area I want to look at is the area that I've highlighted in teal, and that's kind of the parts where I see that the sky is meeting the land, but it's still kind of foggy. So I'm going to try and attack that with a little bit lighter shading than on the things in the foreground, and I want to express that we're growing from a lot of detail, a lot of contrast, and a lot of kind of color to less detail and more fuzziness, and that's going to give us the effect of having things in the background. Sort of the last place that we're going to be looking at is the area highlighted in green. So this is the area kind of in between that background fuzzy area and that foreground that is in kind of the dark black. So what we're going to be doing here is just doing a little bit lighter and giving it more detail and kind of more definition in the front. Don't be afraid to kind of like mess around with it. I definitely didn't follow the reference image dead on. I kind of added my own details, and as long as you're sort of summarizing what you see with your drawing, you're doing a pretty good enough job for me. So the last and final thing I'm going to be doing in just a couple seconds is I've gotten a small cup of water, and in order to blend kind of nicer, I've just taken my finger and dipped it just to make my finger just a little bit like if you snap your fingers, then it'll work. But don't saturate the paper with water, or else you're gonna tear up the paper, which I sort of did. So just the smallest amount of water actually helps you blend and kind of brings those pencil lines to life, especially if you're using a pencil that's not like a traditional sketch pencil, like just a pencil that you would use at school. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video. We've covered low contrast shading and blending. Look forward to seeing you all next week.